Hello everyone. In today's class, let us learn something about differential equations. Differential equations. Equations, you know the meaning, and differential, you know the meaning of derivatives, right? So, an equation involves differential terms or differential coefficients or derivatives. We call that type of equations as differential equations. So, definition is a differential equation is an equation which involves differential coefficients or differentials or derivatives, whatever it may be the term. So for example, dy by dx, which is the derivative of y with respect to x, which implies y is the dependent variable depending on x, right? That is, x is the independent variable. So equation involving this term or higher order of these terms, we call that as differentials. For example, dy by dx the whole square plus 2 times dy by dx plus 1 equal to 0. Look at this equation here. This equation involving derivatives or differential coefficients. So these types of equations are called as differential equations. In differential equations, we have two types. First one is ordinary differential equation, ordinary differential equations, and the second one is partial differential equations. Okay, ordinary differential equations and partial differential equations. Then what is the meaning of ordinary differential equation? An ordinary differential equation is an equations in which only one independent variable is present. Okay, one independent variable is present, and again derivative of one dependent variable with respect to that particular independent variable. So the definition states that an ordinary differential equation is an equation which is a differential equation in which it involves only one independent variables and derivatives of that dependent variable with respect to independent variable. For example, if you have an curve y equal to f of x like this, we need to differentiate this y with respect to x. Okay, so derivative of this with respect to x is called as ordinary differential equation. Okay, so ordinary differential equation, idralli only one independent variable will be present. Next one is partial differential equation. So look at the term partial. Partial implies that is half of the term. So which specifies the same meaning to the definition itself. Partial differential equation, which is a differential equation in which two or more independent variable will present. Two or more independent variable, and with this, with respect to that independent variables, will differentiate any curve or any function y. Okay, that type of equations are called as partial differential equations. So the definition is partial differential equation is an equation in which there are two or more independent variables are present, and differentiation of that variable with respect to independent variables is called as partial differential equation. Right. So we represent partial differential equation by the notation dou. Okay. So dou or sometimes we call daba. Okay. For example, if you have one function z which is the function of two variables x and y. Let us consider function of two variables x and y. Z is the variable, and here x and y both are the independent variables. Whenever the value of x and y both changes, the value will get changes. That is the value of z. So whenever only changing in x also changes the value of z, and whenever the value of y changes, again change in z occurs. So x and y both are the independent variables and z is the dependent variable depending on x and y. Okay, so we represent partial derivatives are dou z by, here with respect to x and with respect to y, two possibilities. So these two are the independent variable. So dou z by dou x and dou z by dou y will present. Okay, now equations involving these terminologies, okay, this is called as partial differential equations. Yeah, dependent variable and with respect to independent variables, two or more independent variables present in a differential equation and the derivatives with respect to them term is present implies that differential equation is partial differential equation. For example, dou z by dou x the whole square plus dou z by dou y the whole square is equal to some e raised to x plus y. I am taking. Okay, see here z is the function of two variables x and y. We are differentiating with respect to that. But keep in mind that we can differentiate any term, any variable or independent variable at once with taking only one independent variable as the independent variable and other should be constant. Okay, keep that mind. If you are finding the value of dou z by dou x, then you need to keep other independent variable y as constant while differentiating this. Okay, again, if you are differentiating with respect to y implies other independent variable x should be keep constant. Okay, so that is the rule. Now we need to find the order and degree of a differential equation. Order and degree of the differential equation, that in the next class.